Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we're exploring what happens when the Mad Titan himself enters the post-nuclear wasteland. This is the story of when Thanos discovered a world that had already destroyed itself and decided that humanity's greatest punishment wouldn't be death, but forced empathy. Imagine walking through the capital wasteland, only to encounter a being who thinks your nuclear war was just the first step of a job left unfinished. A purple giant who sees your super mutants, your ghouls, your endless faction wars, and decides that the only solution is to make you all feel each other's pain. He came to complete our destruction but found something worse, a species so broken that even genocide seemed redundant. What he did instead would change the meaning of humanity forever. And if you genuinely enjoy this kind of dark storytelling, consider subscribing and liking the channel, but only if it truly resonates with you. I saw him first through the irradiated haze over the capital wasteland, a purple giant standing among the ruins of the Lincoln Memorial. The super mutants that had been camping there were already dead, not shot, not burned, just gone, turned to ash that mixed with the radioactive dust. My name is Marcus, former Brotherhood scribe, current nobody. I've seen a lot in these wastes. Deathclaws, Liberty Prime, even watched the Enclave's vertibirds rain fire from the sky. But nothing prepared me for what came through that portal of swirling energy that day. The Mad Titan, he would later call himself. Thanos. He stood there for the longest time, just looking, taking in the devastation, the skeletal remains of buildings, the green-tinted sky, the distant mushroom cloud from a mini nuke some raider had set off for fun. I watched from behind a collapsed bus, my Geiger counter clicking like an angry radroach. Then he spoke. Not to anyone, just to the wasteland itself. So, you've already done half the work. His voice carried across the ruins like thunder. Deep, disappointed, almost sad. I should have run. Every instinct told me to get back to Rivet City. Warn someone, anyone, but I couldn't move. I watched him pick up a chunk of concrete, crush it to powder in his massive purple hand. He examined the dust like a scientist studying a sample. 200 years, he said. 200 years since you burned your own world, and still you fight over the ashes. That's when the Brotherhood patrol found him. 5 knights in T-45 power armor. They approached with laser rifles raised, standard protocol for unknown threats. The lead knight's voice crackled through his helmet speaker. Halt, identify yourself. This is Brotherhood of Steel territory. Thanos turned to them slowly. No fear, no urgency. Just curiosity. Brotherhood, he repeated. You seek to preserve technology, noble, but pointless. The knight fired a warning shot. The laser beam struck the ground near Thanos' feet. The Titan didn't flinch. You misunderstand, Thanos said. I haven't come to conquer. I've come to complete what you started. He raised his left hand. That's when I saw it, a gauntlet. Not gold like the stories from other worlds might tell. This one was different, cobbled together from Vault-Tec components and pre-war military hardware. Where Infinity Stones should have been, there were other things. A glowing fusion core, a vial of pure FeV, a chunk of uranium-235, a modified GECK processor. The Brotherhood Knights opened fire. Every laser found its mark. Thanos stood there taking it all. The beams dissipated against his skin like raindrops on rad scorpion armor. Fascinating, he said. You've miniaturized directed energy weapons. Inefficient design, but clever given your limited resources. With a gesture, the Knights' weapons turned to rust, power armor joints seized. They collapsed like tin soldiers. Not dead, just neutralized. That's when I made my first mistake. I moved, just a shift of weight, but enough to knock over an empty Nuka-Cola bottle. Thanos' eyes found me instantly. Come out, observer. There's no point in hiding. I emerged from behind the bus. My legs shook. My Pip-Boy's radiation detector was going haywire. Being near him was like standing next to a nuclear reactor. You're afraid, he said. Good. Fear keeps you alive in this world. Tell me, human, what happened here? The Great War, I managed. 2077, China, America. Everyone launched their bombs. Mutually assured destruction. Thanos nodded. The ultimate expression of balance through violence. Yet you survived, some of us, in the vaults. Or just lucky. He walked toward the Potomac River. The water glowed with centuries of radiation. 2-headed fish floated on the surface. A Mirelurk scuttled away from his approach. Lucky, he repeated. Is that what you call this? Your species had everything. Clean water, fertile soil, unified government, and you chose this. A vertibird appeared on the horizon. Enclave markings. They must have detected the energy signature of his arrival. Thanos watched it approach with mild interest. More factions, he observed. How many groups claim dominion over these ashes? Too many, I admitted. Brotherhood, Enclave, NCR out west, Caesar's Legion, Raiders, Super Mutants, Institute up north. The vertibird's speakers crackled to life. Unknown entity. You will surrender immediately for genetic scanning and processing by order of President Eden and the Enclave of the United States of America. Thanos actually laughed. A sound like distant thunder. The United States. It doesn't exist anymore. You're fighting over the corpse of a dead nation. Plasma rounds erupted from the vertibird's guns. Thanos raised the gauntlet. The fusion core in its palm flared. The vertibird's engines simply stopped. It dropped from the sky like a stone, crashing into the river with a tremendous splash. Have you ever wondered what would happen if someone actually tried to fix this world instead of fighting over it? Drop your theories in the comments. I need to know I'm not alone in thinking about this. 3 Enclave soldiers in advanced power armor emerged from the wreckage. They moved toward shore, but the river's radiation was already seeping through their damaged suits. Thanos turned to me again. Take me to your settlements. I would see how humanity lives now. I wanted to refuse. Should have refused, but something in his tone made it clear this wasn't a request. We walked through the Wasteland, past the Jefferson Memorial where Project Purity had given the capital clean water, only for every faction to immediately start fighting over who controlled it. Clean water, Thanos mused when I explained. A father's sacrifice to save his people, and they turned it into another resource to war over. We encountered a group of raiders near DuPont Circle. They saw Thanos and immediately started shooting. Not out of fear, out of habit. Shoot first, loot later. The Wasteland way. Thanos didn't kill them. He did something worse. With a wave of his hand, their chem stashes turned to powder. Their weapons crumbled. Their armor fell apart. No, he said simply. No more violence for violence's sake. The raiders fled, screaming about the purple demon. We continued walking. Rivet City's guards saw us coming from a mile away, a purple giant and a scribe with no Brotherhood escort. They nearly opened fire before I waved my old credentials. The gate creaked open reluctantly. This is how you live now, Thanos observed, looking at the aircraft carrier turned settlement. Hiding in the shells of your former glory. The marketplace went silent as we passed. Children were pulled inside. Merchants closed their stalls. Only Gary from Vault 108 kept babbling his endless Gary, Gary, Gary from his corner. Thanos stopped at the science lab. Dr. Lee was there, working on her hydroponics. She looked up and dropped her clipboard. What? What is that? That's a question I've been asking myself, I said. Thanos examined her work. Plants growing without soil. Water circulating through tubes, life persisting despite everything. You could feed thousands with this technology, he said. We can barely feed hundreds, Dr. Lee replied, finding her courage. The pumps break, raiders attack, super mutants contaminate the water supply. Excuses, Thanos said. You have the knowledge. You have the resources. You lack only the will to use them properly. That's when Three Dog's voice echoed through the ship. Galaxy News Radio, broadcasting as always. People of the capital Wasteland. This is Three Dog, and boy do I have news for you. There's a purple giant walking around DC, and he ain't no super mutant. Some say he fell from the stars. Others say he's pre-war military gone wrong. All I know is the Brotherhood's mobilizing everything they've got. Thanos listened with interest. Your broadcaster. He shapes perception, controls information, smart. We left Rivet City and headed toward the GNR building. The journey took us through downtown DC metro tunnels full of feral ghouls. They rushed us in waves, their radiation-rotted minds seeing only prey. Thanos didn't fight them. He cured them. The Gauntlet's GSEK processor hummed. Green energy washed over the ferals. Their decayed flesh regenerated. Their clouded eyes cleared. They collapsed, gasping. Human again, but dying from the shock of sudden awareness. 200 years of madness, one managed to whisper before expiring. Thank you. Even mercy is cruel here, Thanos muttered. We emerged near the Washington Monument. The place was a war zone. Brotherhood of Steel on one side, super mutants on the other, and in the middle, a familiar figure in a suit. Mr. House's Securitron rolled forward, his face flickering on the screen. Not the real House, of course. He was in Vegas, but his network reached far, the famous Thanos. House's voice crackled through damaged speakers. I've been monitoring your arrival through my satellites. Quite the entrance. Robert House, Thanos replied. the man who saved Las Vegas by calculating the trajectories of nuclear warheads. You preserved a city while the world burned. Preserved and improved, House corrected. New Vegas thrives under my guidance, order from chaos. Is that not what you seek? The Brotherhood and super mutants had stopped fighting. Both sides watched this strange meeting. You rule from a life support pod, Thanos said. A corpse commanding a grave. And yet I've created more stability than any democracy or dictatorship in the Wasteland. The NCR spreads itself thin, trying to recreate the past. Caesar's legion enslaves to enforce order. The Brotherhood hoards technology like dragons. I alone understand that humanity needs guidance, not freedom. Then you understand nothing, Thanos replied. You've created stagnation, not balance. A super mutant behemoth chose that moment to attack. It charged Thanos with a fire hydrant club. The Titan caught the makeshift weapon mid-swing. The uranium in his gauntlet flared. The behemoth's FEV-mutated cells began reversing. It shrank, screaming, until a human stood there. An old man, naked and confused, who'd been transformed decades ago. He looked at his hands in horror and ran. You can reverse FEV mutation, House observed. Interesting. The Institute would pay handsomely for that knowledge. The Institute. Thanos said the word like it tasted bitter. Tell me about them. House's Securitron projected a hologram. The Commonwealth, Boston. Underground scientists creating synthetic humans. They replace people with machines, House explained. Perfect copies. No one knows who's real anymore. It's quite elegant, actually. Control through paranoia. Elder Maxon's voice boomed across the battlefield. The Brotherhood leader had arrived in full T-60 armor, surrounded by paladins. Abomination. You corrupt the natural order. Technology should preserve humanity, not transform it. Natural order? Thanos laughed. You're wearing a nuclear-powered suit of armor in a radioactive wasteland. Nothing here is natural anymore. The Brotherhood protects people from technology's dangers, Maxon declared. You hoard it, Thanos corrected. You take what others need and lock it away. You're not protectors, you're collectors. A squad of railroad agents emerged from hiding. Deacon, their leader, still wearing his ridiculous pompadour wig despite the situation. Hey there, big purple guy. Heard you're anti-slavery. The railroad could use someone like you. We free synths from the Institute. You free machines thinking they're people, Maxon spat. They are people, Deacon shot back. And there it was, every faction, every ideology, all gathered around one crater in downtown DC, arguing over their version of truth while the world rotted around them. Thanos raised the gauntlet. Everyone tensed. If you had the power to reshape this world, which path would you choose? Brotherhood's technology, House's control, or Railroad's freedom? Tell me in the comments. I'll be reading them. You all claim to save humanity, Thanos said, but you can't even agree what humanity is anymore. Some of you worship technology, others fear it. You create synthetic humans, then argue whether they have souls. You turn humans into super mutants, then debate if they're still people. He pointed at each faction leader in turn. You, Maxon, would keep humanity pure but ignorant. You, House, would preserve it in amber. You, Deacon, would dilute it until the word has no meaning. A new voice interrupted. Smooth, cultured, coming from everywhere and nowhere. And what would you do, Thanos? The Institute had arrived. Not in person, through speakers they'd hidden throughout DC over the years. Father speaks, someone whispered. I would do what I've always done, Thanos replied. Bring balance. Half of what remains disappears. The other half gets a chance to actually rebuild instead of repeating the same mistakes. Genocide, Maxon said. Mercy, Thanos countered. Look around you. How many die daily from radiation? Starvation? Disease? Your wars? I would end that suffering instantly, painlessly. Those who remain would have enough resources to thrive, not just survive. The Institute has a better way, Father's voice continued. We're creating a new humanity, perfect, immune to radiation, free from the weaknesses that caused the Great War. You're replacing humanity, Thanos said. That's not evolution. It's extinction with extra steps. The ground shook. Liberty Prime was approaching. The Brotherhood's ultimate weapon, reactivated and marching toward us. Its voice boomed across the ruins. Communist threat detected. Democracy is non-negotiable. Thanos watched the giant robot with genuine interest. You rebuilt a nuclear-powered propaganda machine to fight an enemy that no longer exists. It fights all enemies of humanity, Maxon declared. Engaging Chinese invader, Liberty Prime announced. Targeting Thanos, the robot threw a mini-nuke. Thanos caught it with the gauntlet. The bomb's energy flowed into the fusion core embedded in his palm. The gauntlet glowed brighter. "Thank you," Thanos said. "I needed that." Liberty Prime fired its laser. The beam that could cut through any armor struck Thanos directly. He absorbed it all. The uranium chunk in his gauntlet began pulsing. "Your weapons feed me," Thanos explained. "Every atom of destruction you've created makes me stronger." That's when the children of Atom arrived. Zealots who worshipped radiation itself. Their leader, Mother Isolde, walked through the gathering without fear. "The Great Division approaches," she proclaimed. "Atom's champion has come to deliver us to the glow." "You worship radiation," Thanos said, studying her. "You've turned humanity's greatest mistake into a religion. Atom's gift transforms us, makes us more than human." Thanos touched her forehead with one finger. Her radiation sickness vanished instantly. Years of accumulated rads, gone. She gasped and fell to her knees. "No, you've stolen Atom's blessing." "I've shown you the lie," Thanos replied. "You worship death because you've forgotten what life feels like." A super mutant named Fawkes pushed through the crowd, one of the few who retained his intelligence after transformation. "You judge us," Fawkes said, "but you don't understand. Some of us chose this." The Master offered evolution, a way to survive the radiation. "The Master is dead," Thanos said. "His unity failed, but his dream lives on. No more races, no more conflict, all united as one species. United in sterility," Thanos countered. "Super mutants can't reproduce. Your unity is a dead end." The arguments escalated, every faction shouting over each other. Raiders emerged from hiding to watch. Settlers from nearby towns gathered. Even a lone vault dweller in a pristine blue and yellow jumpsuit appeared, Pip-Boy glowing. Thanos raised his hand. Everyone went silent. "I've heard enough. You've had 200 years to rebuild. Instead, you've created new ways to destroy. The Brotherhood hoards. The Institute replaces. The NCR repeats democracy's failures. Caesar's Legion enslaves. You fight over water while poisoning it. You war over technology while fearing it." He walked to the crater where a nuclear bomb had detonated centuries ago. The ground still glowed faintly. "Your world is already half dead. I came to complete the work, but I see now that won't solve anything. You'll just find new things to fight over." The FEV vial in his gauntlet began bubbling. The G-Kick processor hummed louder. "So I offer a different solution." Father's voice crackled through the speakers. "What are you doing?" "What you all claim to want but are too afraid to try. True transformation." Thanos pressed the gauntlet to the ground. Energy spread outward in waves, not destructive, creative. The radiation began changing, transforming into something else. The dead soil sprouted green shoots. The irradiated water ran clear, but it came with a price. Every human touched by the energy began changing, not into super mutants or ghouls, into something new. Their bodies adapted to process radiation like plants process sunlight. Their minds expanded, connecting to each other in a limited collective consciousness. They could feel each other's pain, each other's joy. "No!" Maxon screamed. "You're destroying humanity!" "I'm saving it from itself," Thanos replied. "You can't war against your own thoughts. You can't hate what you fundamentally understand." Some tried to run. Others embraced the change. The Raiders found themselves feeling their victims' memories. The Brotherhood felt the fear of those they'd taken technology from. The Institute's scientists experienced the confusion of every synth questioning their identity. Mr. House's Securitron sparked and died, his connection severed. "Fascinating," his last transmission said. "I didn't calculate this possibility." The transformation spread beyond DC, across the wasteland like a wave. Not everyone changed. Some in deep vaults were protected. Those in power armor had minutes to decide, remove their protection and join the new world, or stay isolated in their metal shells forever. Three Dog's final broadcast echoed across the wasteland. "This is Three Dog, and I can feel you all, every single one of you. The loneliness is ending, people. The isolation that made us cruel. I don't know if this is salvation or damnation, but at least we're facing it together." Thanos stood in the center of the transformation, unchanged, watching, waiting. The Vault Dweller in the blue jumpsuit approached him. Young, terrified, but determined. "What gives you the right?" she demanded. "The same thing that gave your leaders the right to launch the bombs. Power. The difference is, I'm using it to end the cycle, not perpetuate it." This isn't choice. It's forced evolution. Your ancestors chose nuclear war. Every generation since chose to continue fighting instead of rebuilding. I'm simply making the last choice for you. Elder Maxon had removed his helmet. His face was pale, sweating. The transformation was at the edges of his armor. I'll die before I become that, he said. No, Thanos replied. You'll live with it. That's the point. No more dying for ideology. Now you have to live with the consequences. Maxon's armor began failing. He had seconds to decide. Remove it and change, or die inside it as it became his tomb. He chose. The armor fell away. The transformation took him. His last words as purely himself. Ad Victoriam. But his first words as something new. I can feel them. The Synths. They're afraid. They're so afraid. What have we done? The transformation was nearly complete. Only a few holdouts remained. Enclave bunkers sealed tight. Some vaults that detected the energy and locked down. They would emerge someday to find a world they no longer recognized. The last pure humans in a world that had moved beyond them. Thanos turned to me. I was changing too, feeling minds bloom around me like flowers. The loneliness I'd carried since leaving the Brotherhood evaporating. Why? I asked. Why this instead of your usual solution? Because you already chose death, Thanos said. In 2077, your species chose mutual annihilation. I could snap half of you away, but you'd just rebuild the same broken world. This way, you get what the Master wanted, unity. What the Institute wanted, evolution. What the Brotherhood wanted, preservation of knowledge, because now you all share it. What House wanted, order through connection. What the Railroad wanted, freedom from the fear of being replaced, because now you can sense who's real. And what do you get? I managed to ask as my transformation completed. I get to leave, Thanos said. My work here is done. You'll either thrive as something new or destroy yourselves trying to return to what you were. Either way, the choice is finally, truly yours. He activated the gauntlet one last time, not to destroy or transform, but to open another portal. Before stepping through, he looked back at the Wasteland. No longer dead, no longer purely alive, something between. You called me the Mad Titan, he said. But I've seen your history, your wars, your vaults where you tortured each other for science, your FEV experiments, your nuclear arsenals. Tell me, who's truly mad? He stepped through the portal. It closed behind him. I felt the collective consciousness of the new humanity struggling to understand itself. Millions of minds suddenly aware of each other. Former enemies feeling each other's pain and trauma. It would take generations to adapt, to learn to live with this forced empathy. Some called it hell, others paradise. Most just called it different. The wasteland was gone. What remained was something else entirely. Not the world that was, not the world we'd fought for, but maybe, just maybe, the world we deserved. The radiation still existed, but now we fed on it. The ruins remained, but now we understood why they fell. The factions dissolved, not through conquest, but through forced understanding. In the end, Thanos didn't destroy half of us. He transformed all of us, and we're still deciding if that was mercy or the cruelest fate of all.